This week in Philly sports, it was an interesting one. The Sixers, the Flyers, the Eagles, and the Phillies. So this week was kind of all over the place. If that's what you got out of my noises, and we're gonna talk about it right here, right now. I don't care what you say. Roll the intro. Signs of growth and progress. Signs that are moving in the right direction. You're probably asking me, what the heck is he talking about? I'm talking about what we saw from the Eagles Sunday afternoon. As the Eagles destroyed the Denver Broncos 30-13 at Empower Field at Mile High. And the schedule only gets easier from here as the Eagles improved to 4-6 and 4-2 on the road. The Eagles were a good football team on Sunday. I don't want to get carried away here, but you get the sense the Eagles have made their way through the HE double hockey stick of their season and have come out the other side. This is the third week in a row they've played 60 minutes. Very hard, very competitive, very respectful minutes of football. And they've got 2 road wins and a last-second loss to show for it. You're seeing a team that's growing up, that's finding itself, that never stopped believing in its coaches, that never stopped believing in itself. They've equaled last year's win total, and there's a bunch of winnable games on the horizon. Sunday was an unusual game for Jalen Hurts, I must say. He was brilliant in the first half. I mean, brilliant. He was some of the best Jalen Hurts we've ever seen, if not the best Jalen Hurts we've ever seen. And then in the second half, he only threw 3 passes, one of them being an interception. I mean, that's fine. If you can keep moving the sticks, running the ball, why wouldn't you run the ball? It was a bad decision on the interception, but overall he was very good. And his accuracy and ability to put the ball exactly where he wanted to is very encouraging. Hurts finished 16 for 23, a season-high 70% for 178 yards with 2 touchdowns and the 1 interception. It's his first pick in 4 games. We're all looking for growth, and we got it Sunday on the road against a top 5 defense. And his best throw of the season, the Quez Watkins drop, should have been a 34-yard touchdown. Hurts used the entire field. He spread the ball around. He made plays with his legs. He got the ball in the end zone, and he threw with terrific anticipation. He did everything you want your quarterback to do. He just played with tremendous poise and intelligence. He was really stinking good on Sunday. But none of that happens if Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni doesn't give him the chance to be really good. The game plan was a perfect mixture of runs and passes early and then grind it out on the ground late. It was perfect. Perfect. The best ever by Nick Sirianni. The Eagles kept the Broncos on their toes with a balanced attack in the first half and then just kept running it the rest of the game. Sirianni has really grown as a play caller, and in the first half, 20 runs and 20 passes. Oh yeah, that's his best yet. We were all afraid he'd stop dialing up a heavy dose of running plays, but it's clear now he understands that's what works best for his team. Devontae Smith didn't have any huge numbers Sunday, but man, he was impressive. He was 4 for 66 yards in the first half, and that's where he finished. He's so smooth and so clutch, and you can just see the chemistry between him and Hurts growing every single week. It's only going to go up from here, people. That first touchdown was a work of art, I tell you. As he jumped up and made an unbelievable grab. It's currently playing on the screen, by the way. Smith is a skinny dude, but he's aggressive and physical to the ball, and it's great to see that he's worked through his relatively minor but still concerning problem with drops. Smitty is just going to keep getting better. He was amazing on Sunday, which is also his 23rd birthday. Happy birthday, Devontae. I'm very happy that you're a Philadelphia Eagle. This is 3 straight games that the Eagles have rushed for 175 or more yards, and that's something they had only done 8 times in franchise history, only 3 times since 1950. It took a while for this team to find an offensive identity, but they sure have one now. The Eagles haven't had a 100-yard rusher during the stretch, and once again, it was a team effort with Jordan Howard, who was 12 for 83, Boston Scott, 11 for 81, and Jalen Hurts, 11 for 56 before kneel downs, all helping the Eagles pile up 214 rushing yards. But with every Eagles game, there has to be bad news. The Eagles lost a huge piece of their offense on Sunday. Tight end Dallas Goedert went out of the game in the first quarter after being evaluated for a concussion at Empower Field at Mile High. Goedert took a headshot at the end of a 24-yard play by Denver safety Justin Simmons. Goedert took a hard headshot from Simmons, and then it looked like his head might have slammed into the ground. It looked like an illegal hit from Simmons, but no penalty was called, of course. After the play, Goedert was slow to get up and went immediately to the sideline and then into the Blue medical tent. He then went into the locker room. The Eagles have really been trying to get Goedert involved in recent weeks. And in this game, the Eagles have been using quite a bit of 12 personnel with 2 tight ends. Without Goedert, the Eagles have Jack Stoll and Tyree Jackson as their tight ends. And it came out on Tuesday, today, when this video was filmed and uploaded, that he's in, or actually no, I think it went out Monday, yesterday, that he is in concussion protocol. So that's a huge, huge, huge loss for the Eagles. Anyway, the Eagles played some remarkable defense in and outside the red zone. They didn't tackle particularly well between the 20s and gave up a few big plays, but they made a huge tackle after huge tackle on critical stops when the Broncos got near the end zone. The Broncos had drives to the 3, 4, 10, and 10-yard lines that recorded just 6 points. And then another one down to the 23 that turned into an Eagles touchdown on the Darius Slay return. So after the first quarter, the Eagles actually outscored the Broncos 7-6 on 5 drives when the Broncos were inside the Eagles' 25-yard line. What is going on with my camera? Sorry about that. We're back. We're good. Camera was just a little glitchy right there. Let's hope I didn't lose you. We're still rolling. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck just happened. I was right here. Bend but don't break only works if you're exceptional in the red zone. And the Eagles sure were on Sunday. Jonathan Gannon needed a game like this, and he and his players delivered in a huge way. It's no accident the Eagles have turned a bit of a corner defensively the last few weeks since TJ Edwards has replaced Alex Singleton as the primary middle linebacker. Singleton played great last year but has been struggling this year. And the change has given the defense more physicality and a real thumper in the middle. It's great to see Davion Taylor out there running around. For a dude who hasn't played a lot at this level, he's very active. And that forced fumble that resulted in the Slay touchdown was a heck of a play. He got his hand in there in the middle of a lot of traffic on that 4th and 1 and stripped the ball from Melvin Gordon. The Eagles only had... Oh, you hear that voice crack right there? Whew. The Eagles only had 1 sack. Derek Barnett got the sack, but I thought they did a lot better than they have lately, getting pressure on the quarterback. Even Fletcher Cox showed up and made a few plays. I'd still like to see them finish off those hurries and then turn them into sacks. But Bridgewater didn't have a ton of time in the pocket and only completed 2 passes for more than 15 yards. The Eagles return home for Week 11. They'll take on the 5-4 New Orleans Saints, who, by the way, are coming off a 23-21 loss to the Tennessee Titans. That should be a very interesting game. It's the second most difficult opponent that the Eagles are facing in these last 6 games. So that's a good sign. That 5-4 team is like the worst we're gonna see for a little bit since for week 17. We move on to the basketball team, the Philadelphia 76ers, who had a horrible week. First, they found out Joel Embiid had COVID. That's where the downfall started. Monday night, they faced the New York Knicks without Tobias Harris, Embiid, Matisse Thybulle, and Isaiah Joe because of COVID. The very undermanned Sixers lost to the Knickerbockers that night, 103-96, as I was in attendance. I wasn't expecting anything less. I even more wasn't expecting it to be that close of a game. The very next night, they took on the defending champs, the Milwaukee Bucks. It was kind of the same story. The short-handed Sixers, who were also missing Seth Curry due to a left foot contusion, stuck in it until they inevitably lost 118-109. Tyrese Maxey did go off versus Milwaukee though, as he scored 31 points in an impressive showing. Maxey seems to play very well in those short-handed games. Sixers could definitely use it in those situations. Speaking of Maxey, I purchased my I'm gonna go on a whole rant on this. I purchased my City Edition merch on Monday, yesterday, and I think it sold out in 10 minutes. I was in school, so my mom ordered it for me, but I got a hat from Dick's. Spent a bunch of gift cards on that. And then my mom got me, I bought all this stuff, but it was a hoodie. It was a nice hoodie, nice Sixers, regular love on the side, Spectrum font. They ran out of men's in very quickly, and they also ran out of and all they had was women's and big and tall. Big and tall would have been absolutely huge on me because they only had the two biggest sizes. So my mom ended up getting me a woman's in like the biggest size. So hopefully it fits, and if it looks weird, I am returning it instantly, and getting my money back, and then hoping the next round of hoodies look better than that one. And then also for the jersey, I bought a Maxey jersey. I told my mom to get me a Maxey jersey from Sixers.com. They ended up only having Embiid, Simmons, Curry, which I might be getting a Curry one for Hanukkah, so I didn't want that one, and a Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons. I think I said Harris twice there. The jersey sold out in maybe 5 minutes. The only thing left was a Ben Simmons. I did not want a Ben Simmons, so I ended up hunting down a Tyrese Maxey one. So I'm very happy about that. Then the Sixers wrapped up their home stand against the Raptors, where Harris and Curry both returned. But just like I've said the last 2 games, the short-handed Sixers stayed in the game, but came up short in a 115-1-0 loss. This was the most winnable game of the 3, but the defense didn't come up when it was needed. There was turnovers. Couldn't make shots at the end. It was not fun. This put the Sixers at a 3-game losing streak, and things only got worse as the Sixers began their 6-game road trip Saturday night in Indiana. The Sixers were down by 12 in the 4th and managed to cut the lead down to 5 with 2 minutes left, but costly turnovers, defense, and shooting down the stretch were the deciding factors once again in a 118-113 loss to the Pacers. The Sixers went 0-4 this week with a 4-game losing streak, which is horrible. It's obvious they need Embiid. It's more than obvious. Some more sad news about the Sixers after Saturday night's loss. A pretty serious announcement came out. Sixers assistant coach Dave Joerger is stepping away from the team to undergo cancer treatments. Joerger, 47 years young, told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, hopefully I said that right, he has a stage 1 form of head and neck cancer, which was diagnosed after he noticed a lump in his throat that did not go away. We have caught it early, Joerger said to ESPN. I'm very lucky. I've got over a 90% chance of cure rate, but it's very scary and it's not enjoyable going through. I can't go on the road and do radiation and chemotherapy in different cities around this country. To continue my treatment, I need to step away from my team. Jorge released an official statement through the Sixers thanking the organization for its unwavering support. Sixers head coach Doc Rivers and managing partner Josh Harris also released statements. The same positivity, enthusiasm, and grit that have made him a successful coach will also carry him through his fight against cancer, Rivers said. After 6 seasons as an NBA head coach with the Grizzlies, Kings, and the Kings, Jorger joined Rivers' staff ahead of the 2020-21 campaign. Rivers has communicated with him often during games and praised his work as an offensive tactician. Jorger liked the move to an assistant role too. He said, I hadn't been able to work with Doc before. He said after running a practice last season in March when Rivers had an illness. He said, but I have certainly coached against him and have a relationship with him. It's been terrific and relieving. It's definitely different for me, making suggestions and not decisions. I've enjoyed it greatly and enjoyed our guys, Jorger said. Danny Green tweeted, Jorger is one of the greatest people I've come across. According to ESPN, Jorger told Sixers players, assistant coaches, and staff of his cancer following the team's game Saturday night in Indiana. He told Wojnarowski that he's undergone treatments over the last 2 weeks, but needs to stay back in Philadelphia with the Sixers on a season-long 6-game road trip. It's really tough. Praying for Jorger and his family. Really, 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 really sad news, and God, I hope he gets better. Moving on to the next sport, the Flyers. This was not a very hot week for the Flyers. They came in a Wednesday night's game needing a win over the Toronto Maple Leafs and came out getting shut out in a horrible 3-0 loss. This was an all-around bad loss. Mainly the offense just kind of vanished. The power play was absolutely horrible. I mean, they just had nothing going on the power play. Nothing. The defense wasn't on point. Carter Hart was really good, though. Oh, my camera just did that thing again. Is it getting, like, unplugged or something? I'll check it out after. I'm sorry for why that's happening. I don't know why that's happening. I'm sorry. On Friday night, everything brightened up a little bit. They went to Carolina to face the 10-1-0 Hurricanes in the first of a tough back-to-back. Hart was practically standing on his head as he made 39 of 40 saves in a 2-1 win to give the Canes their second loss of the season. The Flyers rallied back in the third as Joel Farabee tied it at 4 minutes and 6 seconds in, and Zach McEwen scored his first NHL goal to give the Flyers the lead at 10-20. Great win. Saturday night stunk. I don't even want to talk about it. They lost 5-2 to the Dallas Stars. I mean, that's a tough back-to-back. Going from Carolina to Dallas in one night, that's tough. So I'm not really surprised that they lost that game, especially because they had Martin Jones in net. But what can you do? Moving on to our final sport, baseball. We got the Phils. We wrap up this special 4-team week with the Phillies. How about that? I don't think we've had a 4-team week yet where I talk about all 4 teams. I'm not sure, though. The Hank Aaron Award has been given to the player who performs the best offensively in each league since 1999 after an incredible offensive season. Incredible. Bryce Harper brought the trophy home in 2021. Harper winning the award for the second time. He won it back in 2015. He becomes the second Philly to win the award since Ryan Howard did it in 2006 and the first player to win it since Aaron's passing earlier this year. It was pretty obvious Harper was going to win, as he had the best offensive season than the rest of the National League. Harper put up such impressive numbers as 35 home runs, 84 RBIs, and 101 runs. I don't know why I said 101. While slashing an impressive line of 309, 429, and 615. His OPS of 1.044 made Harper one of the only two players in baseball who posted an OPS over 1 dot. The only other player who could claim such that feat was Toronto Blue Jays' slugger Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who got 1.002. He won the Hank Aaron Award for the American League. Oh, and by the way, 5 out of the last 6 Hank Aaron Award winners also took home the NL MVP, which will be announced on Thursday. Sticking with awards, Harper won another of those on Thursday. He took home his second Silver Slugger. Harper last won the award at the position in 2015, the year he was the NL MVP. He is one of the 3 finalists for the MVP, by the way, along with Fernando Tatis Jr. and Juan Soto, with Harper the presumed but perhaps not clear favorite. The Silver Slugger Award was created in 1980 to honor the top offensive player at each position in each league. The vote belongs to MLB managers and coaches, and no manager/coach can vote for a player on his own team. Harper is only the second Philly since Chase Utley in 2009 to win a Silver Slugger. JT Realmuto took one home in 2019. This award was no surprise for Harper for the same reasons as he won the Hank Aaron Award. More good Phillies news. The Phillies tapped into the Tampa Bay Rays' highly praised front office and hired Andy Colombi, who will serve as the assistant general manager and oversee the club's research and development department. Colombi, 27, has been with the Rays since 2015 and served as the club's director of decision science and assistant director of research and development. Much of this falls under the baseball heading of analytics, and the Rays are considered one of the best in pro sports at that. So this hiring is significant for the Phillies, who are trying to bleed over to analytics. Colombi will oversee the club's use of data in all aspects of organizational decision-making. In a statement, Phillies president of baseball operations Dave Dombrowski said Colombi has a terrific work ethic and a collaborative and creative mind that will serve the Phillies greatly in the years ahead. Andy Galdi had... Hopefully I've been saying that right. Andy Galdi had previously headed research and development for the Phillies. He left for another opportunity during the summer. General manager Sam Fuld said Colombi's skill set and personality provide us exactly what we were looking for when we started this search. This is a very, 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 very good hire by the Phillies. And you know what else is very, 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 very good? You. You're a cool guy. Because you just watched this whole video. We're coming up at the end. I hope, if you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this video. Finally back. I've just been trying to find time to make these videos. I've become very busy on Mondays, so Mondays might not be the best for me. I might have to move that over to Tuesdays when I make these videos. We'll see. I'll tweet it. I'll put it on my social media. Speaking of social media, Twitter and Instagram in the description, PhillySportsSports.com, where I read all these articles. Link down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you want to do. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time. See you.